Yeah, now it would be audible. Yes, guys, I'm really very sorry for yesterday for all the mishap as it was first day for me as well. So I was not very much known about the complete system and it was giving a lagging problem. I've set all things right and I'm live today. Let me know everything is perfect, audio, video. Also, let me know one thing, that where you guys are going to respond. Are you going to respond on the YouTube chat or you are going to respond on the chat head which is provided on the restream? Yes. So let me know these two things. It seems you are going to be there on YouTube chat. Okay. So guys, let's without any wasting time, just let me know in the meantime in the YouTube message that where you are going to do a live chat. Is it going to be on YouTube or not? Okay. So I will be quickly connecting with you there. So guys, now here, firstly, a very good morning to all of you and welcome to the classes of income tax. Okay. So here we are going to revise the complete income tax in our seventh session. Okay. Seventh session of around 2.5 hours each, and we are going to cover all the concepts which are there in income tax. So please remember, in this class what you can expect is we will cover 100% concept. Okay, every concept will be covered in the class, and then when we are coming about question, the problem or interesting thing with income tax is that here only concept doesn't work. The concept has to be taken in the practice as well, then the complete understanding about concept is clear, right? So we will also go with the concepts questions as well. So maximum question which is possible from my end to clear the respective concept we will take. Okay, only thing is what you require to do is, if you have done your classes all before very well, so now it's your work that before coming to our session you do a good revision at home and then you come. So this session would be a double bonus for you. Okay, and guys, if you have not studied at all, then तो आपको पूरा ध्यान यही देना है. Okay, but yes, after this session then it's your duty that you will go and you will revise. So it should happen two times, not only one time. Revision sessions are meant for your twice revisions, because agar if only you have to do it one time, then you could do at your home. Okay, so if you have done studied before, study nicely and come to the revision session. If you haven't done before, after the session you have to sit it and you have to do it, then it is going to be a very useful. Okay, so now as you would be knowing with the schedule here, you have already done accounts and costing as well as almost law. That's great. Okay, GST has also been started, I feel, right from today only, yesterday only. Okay, now I'm just sharing my schedule with you here. Okay, so this is going to be what we are going to plan here. A day has been shifted, all the lectures have been shifted a day, but I will let you know when we'll keep one extra lecture. So yesterday whatever was left we could cover here. Okay, but yes, we'll start right from the start itself, so we can have an extra lecture and cover the backlog here. Now here, guys, see, as you can see here, the first lecture today we are going to look at this basic three chapters. Okay, the first three chapters which give you a complete basic understanding, which includes your basics, will include all your income tax slab, margin relief and all other different thing. Then we'll go to the residential status, we'll see about all about the residential status, and then at the last we'll go to our exempt income chapter. So our today's agenda in this 2.5 hour is to finish this three chapter, and so on we'll go into the next upcoming chapters as well. Just take a screenshot of this slide. So what will happen, you can, even if later on if you want to go for any particular chapter or any particular topic, you can directly go into that particular lecture and you can look into the same. Okay, everyone clear? Okay, hopefully everyone is there with me. Yeah, great. Okay, yes. One more thing, please stay, as it is a live lecture, please stay live. Live I means don't be a sitting sleeping audience. Okay, please stay live on the chat, because our all sessions are going to be very interactive. I am going to wait until I get your reply. So even if I'm losing something, I'm not losing, you are going to lose anything. if we are losing something. Okay, I will wait until you reply. So please keep on replying on the YouTube chat so we go all together. I don't want it one way. If it could be one way, I would have simply recorded the lecture and given it to you. Okay, so as it is a live stream, I want your replies continuously so I can understand what things you are getting it or not. Also, if any particular concept when I'm teaching you, after that if you feel that I should repeat this particular thing, please let me know. I will repeat it there itself. Okay, there is no problem. I can repeat the things hundreds of times until you understand, because this batch is not only a revision batch, it's a fast track concept batch where we have to cover and we have to understand all the concepts which you may have left when you were sleeping in the class. Okay, so guys, yes, on a lighter note, we will quickly do everything and don't worry about anything. Stay tension free. We will do a lot of revision. Every session in the morning, first we'll do revision of the last session, then we'll proceed further. After every session, we'll do again a revision. Also, what I will do, I will just record a revision audio for each chapter and I will share that with you. So what happens whenever you are traveling anywhere, or you are on your two-wheeler or your four-wheeler or in a bus traveling anywhere, you can just put your headphones into your ears and I will be there for you to make your revision there. Okay. Yes. Starting before, I will just give a quick introduction about me, because yesterday you must have not heard about it because of all the problem. So I am a chartered accountant by profession and a passionate teacher. I am there with Trisha classes for more than 2 years teaching for income tax, and yes, I am in teaching for more than 4 years. So almost as soon as I passed my CA, I have been into teaching, and income tax and costing are my core subjects which I teach for US CA intermediate level from last 4 years. I am based out of Pune. I also teach to ACCA students in Syllabus from last 4 years again. So this is all my profile. So these are my core subjects which you do not worry about at all. Okay, so now let's go and let's start with our first topic. Okay, now guys, you must have already got the notes. Have you got the notes, guys? Yes, have you all got the notes? Hello everyone. Just let me know. Yeah. Okay, you haven't got it? Okay. Everyone do one thing, in your live session, just scroll it to the last part. Matlab, you will be right there with me. Okay. So there will be no lagging in our time gap. So wherever your session is there, scroll it to the end. So we will be just at the difference of 3-4 seconds and there will be no more difference in that. Okay. About that notes, okay, don't worry. I will ask them to share these notes with you for our revision. Now see, I am following here our regular notes. My class notes are here. Once we have done here, I will go to your revision notes, and at the end, once we have done with the complete chapter, because I have to take each concept here, right? So I'm just going to take this from my notes. Once we are done with all this, we'll directly go with your revision notes and we'll revise it right from there as well. Okay, so we'll try to revise it 2 times in a session here. So first thing, a very basic thing, you must be knowing that now here, yeah, you want to be knowing that types of tax. So guys, tax, there are 2 types of tax. One is your direct tax, another is your indirect tax, right? Direct tax, which we directly pay to the government. You would be much nicely aware about this now. Indirect tax, we pay to someone else and he pays to the government. Okay, what is the meaning? Why government collect this tax? So there are a variety of reasons for providing all the infrastructure, healthcare facility, roads, military facility, development, different type of development. It can be to provide us water, all different type of things. So government has to do this all different type of expenditure for their citizens. For this they need to collect tax. Then sir, why 2 types of tax? Because guys, see, only income tax is not enough, because we are very much aware to avoid this income tax, to evade the income tax. So they have to bring one more type of tax, that was indirect tax, so people end up paying automatically. So even as a student you don't have any earning, but when you will go to purchase a ice cream, you will end up paying some GST there, right? So here automatically people end up paying tax. That's why they have brought indirect tax into practice. Okay, and this both are the main source of government to on a main source of government as earning revenue. Okay, further, now when we talk about this income tax act, this income tax act is not only particular one thing. Okay, it comprises of 5 different things. Okay, so as you can see here in the diagram, the first thing is the act itself, the book of law which is there, which we are going to obviously study. Okay, with this there is a spice. Now see, income tax act is created in 1961. What we have eaten yesterday that we don't know, so how could be act of 1961 still be eligible and fine and comfortable enough for everyone? How is this possible? Because every year there is one spice coming into this as a finance act. Okay, this spice is definitely a burden for CA students, because of this our syllabus gets amended, right? So that's why. But that is the only reason why there's such a old act. It's still very much eligible and very much in control for our all Indian people. Okay, so second thing which puts a spice into this act is your finance act. Third thing which comes here is your rules. So sir, act talks about particular thing, what has to be done, what not to be done, that's there. Rules give us more clarity, more things. It gives, like for example, you take an admission into college, that itself is not enough. Then when you go to college, you see how is the conduct of a college, you see which uniform you have to wear, how should be your hairs, how should be your nails, how should be your shoes, how should be your tie, and all these different rules. When is holiday, when there is not a holiday. So these rules are also there to keep this act in a good conduct. Okay, fourth thing which come into place is your circulars. Now circulars and notifications, there is an interesting thing about circulars and notifications. Okay, what happens here now? See, circulars here, as I will just give an example. When we were in school, yes, you remember, a peon used to come with the register in your class just to enter inside, and then you all were so much excited to listen what's there in that register, because generally holidays were declared in that way, right? But not always. Certain time what happened, teacher used to just read the register, sign it and give it back, right or not? This used to happen with you or not? It used to happen, right? So in such cases, when teacher used to read this register and give it back, so this was meaning that these circulars were only and only eligible and applicable to these teachers. Similarly, income tax also makes such circulars which are applicable to only the income tax officials, not to us. But for us, what is applicable is notification. So if government want to give any clarification about any particular law with some examples and all different things, they provide us the notification. That's the fourth thing which we need to look when we are looking at the income tax. And the fifth and the last thing is your judgments of legal of court. We all legal orders. Now here, why this fifth has to be also looked? Because where at a place the law is not clear enough, okay, where law says, where law doesn't says anything, so at such case what has to be taken into consideration, that's where the court's legal decisions are being used for. Okay, just a minute, just give me a second, I will be back. You just go with all this five thing. Yes, everyone clear with all these five things? You want me explain to any you want me to explain any particular one thing from here? Everyone clear? Okay, so come on, quickly say me all the five things which make an income tax subject. It's your income tax act, income tax finance act, income tax rules, your circulars and notification, and legal decision. One separate thing which is a very good and very much interesting question by ICI for your MCQ is that circulars are applicable to whom or notifications are applicable to whom. So please remember my example from your classroom that circulars are applicable only for the income tax officials, okay, and notification just like your Instagram notification which you get it which, if someone liked your pic, if someone have commented your pic, something change have been there into your profile. Similarly, if there is some change into the income tax act or some clarification has to be given, a notification is issued and this notification is for everyone, just like your Instagram like can be looked by everyone. Okay, so these are all the five things which make an income tax act. A good thing for us is that all of them are compiled and whatever are applicable is given in one module of income tax by ICI only. Okay, so you do not need to go and refer all these different things from here. Okay, yes. Next things coming into picture here is about your law. Okay, so see here now, for example, say, okay, let me draw something and please you try to identify what I'm drawing. Okay, so it will give me confidence and I will see how much good is my drawing. Yes, what is this? Oh come on, it's something which we eat, huh, with some toppings. Yes, can you guess what is this, guys? Oh, thank you so much. Shiraksha, Malika, Avisha, Vaishnavi. Oh, thank you so much. Everyone is very much nicely able to identify this. I'm so much happy with my drawing. Okay, so now here, as you can look, here is a pizza. Okay, so pizza coming up together of all different pieces, it makes a pizza. Similarly, when you read any law, okay, when you read any law, the law is divided into different sections and subsections. Okay, just like my this beautiful pizza is divided into different section. Okay, so there are going to be all different section. Each section, just by reading itself you can't say everything. You have to read the complete law, all the sections, then you will able to get it clearly. Okay, so they have many subsections or clauses or sub clauses. So every law have different sections, different clauses and sub clauses are there. Okay, now a small part of this, if we call this as a section or a clause, okay, a small part of this will be known as subsection or a subclause. Very clear? Perfect. Now if someone says that I like a pizza but only and only vegetarian pizza, okay, so this gives you what further meaning that it's a type of proviso which spells out an exception, right? So when most of or many sections are guided or followed by a proviso or proviso you will say it. Okay, so provisos are nothing but some exception. So for example, I said I like this pizza, it's amazing, but when it is vegetarian, okay, so proviso gives you a more guidance about your section or subsection and it says certain exceptions which are there to your section which has to be read right with the section only. Okay, and also if some sections are quite difficult to understand or very difficult or it may give many different meaning for reader, in such case there are also explanations given with the sections or subsection, which explains which meaning you have to take of this section. Okay, so this was just a part of law which is given in your study material, so I need to take this. Okay, so law considers section, subsections, a proviso which says you an exceptional thing about it, an explanation which explains you further any particular thing you have to take in which way. Okay, I know you would be expert of this as you have already done your all law classes and revision, but just take a concept given, that's why I'm taking here. Okay, the next part here is about your previous year and assessment year. Okay, now please understand one thing, one clear thing, these are two different terms which specify same thing. Okay, before going this, I will also say you one thing, that some of you may feel I'm going very slow, I'm taking everything. So why? Because I have to make this session in such a way, or I am going to take this session in such a way that you have learning income tax for the first time, and I have to give you quick everything. So that's why our session are going to be very informative about each and every concept. Even if you feel bored at a particular time, please bear me. Okay, because I'm not teaching something other from your subject, it's about your subject, it's for you and very much applicable for you. Okay, coming back, so yes, these are two terms but defining the same year. Okay, so if I'm talking about financial year 22-23, okay, so it will also known as previous year 22-23. The same year will be determined as 23-24. The only name changes, year is one and the same, right? So yes, come on, quickly say me in the comment section which is the previous year applicable for your, which is the previous year and which is the assessment year. So whatever the name may be there, they are looking towards the same year or same financial year, I will say. Okay, so please say me which is previous year applicable to you. Yes guys, which previous year is applicable to you? Perfect. Very good. So previous year 22-23. Sir, for us 22-23 is applicable and the same year is also known as AY 23-24. Right? So names are different, year is same. So don't get ever confused. Even if they give you an AY to you, you look with the point of view of PY, so you will be very much clear for you. Okay? Very good. Now coming to the next part is the different definitions of different persons they have said here. Now see, they have defined all different persons. Now most of this you would be very much nicely knowing. Individual is any person, any individual citizen, any individual person who includes male, female, who includes even minor person or even a person of unsound mind. So everyone individually is included here, no problem. Now interesting information is given in the way of HUF. Okay, that's what I will particularly like to take, because see guys, always remember, wherever you have a confusion, ICI is going to give you a question. Okay, this has to be very clear. Where if you feel at any particular point there is confusion, clear it that time itself, because institute knows where students are generally confused. So this is one of the point where students are generally confused and institute is very much efficient enough to give questions on the same point. Okay, so guys, now here let me take you HUF. Pay attention here. See, okay, HUF is the full form, as you must be knowing, Hindu Undivided Family. Okay, so now here one thing you must again know, the head of this family is also known as Karta. Okay, and all the children of this Karta are known as co-partners. Okay, so for example, let's name this head of the family as Chamcha. Okay, now Chamcha have one son and one daughter. Okay, the son name is Champu, fine, and daughter's name is Chamchi. Okay, everyone clear? So here is one HUF family of ours, Hindu undivided family of ours. Okay, the Karta, the head of the family, is known as Chamcha, and his son and daughter names are Champu and Champa. Everyone clear? So now, guys, the children of this Karta, or the children or children of this Karta, the children of this family will be co-partners. Everyone clear? And please remember, and all the co-partners are also members. Okay. So now here, everyone, please, I'm saying you once again, the children of the family, the children of the Hindu undivided family are known as co-partners. Okay. Now, and all the co-partners are also the members of the family. Now the Champu has gone younger, okay, and now he has married to a beautiful girl known as Champi. Okay, I know you are going to love the names of this family. Now this Champu has married the girl Champi. Now please say me, for the HUF of this, what is Champi? Champi का नाता क्या है आपके पूरे परिवार से? Yes, everyone. What would be Champi? First thing, will be the Champi part of the HUF? And if yes, what is going to be the name for her? Will she be the co-partner? Will she be the member, or she will be the new Karta? Come on, everyone, answer me. Yes, guys. What would be Champi? First thing, whether Champi would be the member of this HUF, or she will be whether she will be member or not, and if she's member, she will be co-partner or not. Yes. What? Yes. Say me what Champi will be called in this family. Come on, guys, everyone, quickly. Okay. So now, guys, please understand. Now, as she is married to co-partner, she is definitely going to be the part of the family. But is she the children of the Karta or any of the head member of any of the co-partner in the HUF? No. So she is just a member, not co-partner. Yes, that's the problem. Some of you think that she is co-partner. No, she is just a member, because co-partner are only one who have got birth in that family. Okay, so yes, she has been there into the family in the HUF, but she is just a member, because I have said you one simple thing. All the guys who take birth in the family, the children of the of HUF, are the co-partners. Okay, so now please understand, with this you get to know one statement, which is again a favorite question of for MCQ by ICI. All the co-partner are member, but all member are not co-partner. Are you clear with this statement? I have given you the answer of this statement with what? With example. Okay, now one more interesting spice I will like to add in this, that guys, if this Chamchi gets married to some guy in future, some handsome guy in future, okay, is if Chamchi gets married to some handsome guy in future, she will obviously become the member of the new HUF. What about this? What about the old relation? So, guys, please understand, a girl or any person can be a member of a HUF at the same time. This will happen generally with girls only. Same time, be co-partner of the earlier HUF. So this Chamchi will enjoy two relations. One being co-partner in her father's HUF and a member in the new family in the husband's HUF. Are you understanding, everyone? So this is something which generally you skip when you are learning. Okay. Also, please remember, all the co-partners have right in the property. Okay, but members have right only for the maintenance. Okay. Further, now here there are two school of thoughts. Okay, one which is Dayabhaga school of thoughts, followed by West Bengal and Assam, which says that Karta should die. Okay, which says that Karta should die, then and then only the next person can be a Karta. But here, wait a minute, where it's gone? Okay, and whereas Mitakshiri school of law, which says there is no such requirement, as soon as a child gets birth, even if a woman is pregnant, there itself he or she gets right in the property. Okay, but West Bengal and Assam, which follows the school of thought of Dayabhaga, which says that Karta should die, then and then only everyone have the right in the property. But here there is no such requirement, you can enjoy your right from the birth. Everyone clear? Okay, so this was something new. Say me quickly whether you have learned this new or you already knew this. Okay, so let me know this, what you feel here. We'll go to the next part, which talks about classes of company. Now here now please understand this, how beautifully they have defined the companies. Okay, a domestic company, generally what we feel is a domestic matlab only the Indian company would be domestic, but it's not like that. See here, all Indian companies are for sure domestic company, but companies which have made arrangement for declaring dividends out of income chargeable in India will be also known as domestic company, and the balance or other company will be known as foreign company. Now see, because of MCQ, now every line is of very much important, so I'm trying to cover maximum things which are there in the study material, because your study material is your Bible. Questions can be there from any corner of the study material. Okay, so Indian company are always domestic company, but all other company also who have made such prescribed arrangement to distribute dividend in India will be also known as domestic company. Other than this two, all the companies are foreign company. Why we need to identify this? Because tax rate for foreign company is different and for Indian company is different. Okay, going further, firm, LLP you must be knowing, AOP, BUI you must be knowing, association of person coming of different individual or coming of, now see, again this is one of the point where you have been confused. Association of person, which means there can be different persons coming up together. There can be an individual, there can be a corporate, there can be a firm, there can be LLP. These are guys are coming together and creating an association. This is AOP. But when we are talking about BOI, this is only body of individual. Okay, this is some thin line difference, again which generally we skip when we are learning. Everyone clear? Okay, next is your local authority. It can be a municipal corporation, any of the local authority, and the last one is your artificial juridical person. अगर इसके बाद भी कोई बच गया है तो वो भी यहाँ पर definition में आ जाएगा, in the definition of artificial juridical person. Okay everyone, so these were all the different persons. Come on, go through them quickly. Ask me if you have any queries in any of this person. Come on, quickly ask me any query if you have any of this person query. Yes, everyone clear? Okay. Is everyone clear? Okay. Let's go forward now. Now, sure. See, what happens? See, in Dayabhaga school of thought, which is applicable to or which is followed by West Bengal and Assam, it says that if any person has to take the right in a property, so he has to simply can take this right only when the karta is no more. Okay, but Mitakshari school of law says that one gets a right in the HUF property right from the time of birth. Okay, so for example, if this is a HUF having different individuals, this can take the share in the property only when the karta dies. Okay, but here is not so. Everyone get the right in the property right from a birth. So if someone want to take a property and go away from the HUF, he can go right from his birth itself. But here he has to wait until the karta dies. Got it clear? Okay. Now let's go next to the next part. Pay attention, everyone here. Income of a previous year is assessed in the assessment year following the previous year. Very interesting statement. See, so how much confusion there our what do you say income tax makes, but it's good for us because the more confusion, the more you'll be a number of clients. Yes or no? Pay attention. Now see here. Income of a previous year is assessed in the assessment year following the previous year. So whatever income you earn in the current year, in the previous year, okay, the same will be assessed in the assessment year. Matlab, for example, whatever earning I do in the 22-23, the same will be checked, assessed, compiled, calculated in the assessment year. But five exceptions are there to this rule. These five exceptions are what they say that for these five people the income of the previous year will be assessed in the previous year itself. You won't wait for the assessment year. Who are these five peoples? Okay, who are these five persons? Now see, this five persons say generally what happens, we trust you, government of India trust you that whatever you will earn you will stay in India and you will pay the taxes in the upcoming year. Okay, but for these five people it's not the same way. Government doesn't trust them. Why? Let's see with the examples who are these five and you'll understand automatically. The first one, shipping business of a non-resident. Are you able to see this non-resident who is sitting on the ship? Okay, now see here. What will happen? Shipping business of a non-resident, the person who is not living in India. Now, what will happen? He comes into India for doing some business in the previous year. Do you feel he will stay in India up to the assessment year to pay the tax? No, he will do the business and right away he will leave and he will never come back to India to pay taxes. Okay, so this is the first category of people to whom we don't trust. So for such person, we won't wait for the assessment year. We will ask them to pay the tax in the previous year itself. Okay. Next, person living India, for example, are respected. Okay. Who? Yes. For example, Vijay Malia, who left India. We know that when the person is living India, so obviously he won't come back to pay the taxes. So for such person, ask them to stop there itself, pay the tax of previous year in previous year itself. Everyone clear? Third, AOP BOI form for a particular purpose. So see guys, AOP association of person, BOI body of individual, they have come together for one single purpose. Okay, now these guys have come for a purpose. So for example, they have came for the purpose of doing some social service. Once or say for example for making available drinking water in particular area. Once they do their thing, once they do satisfy their purpose, will they still stay all together? No, They will all part their ways into their own respective thing, right? So such again, no one can be again asked to pay the tax for such thing. So if AOP or BOI is formed for a particular purpose, we don't know where they will tomorrow, so we'll ask them also to pay the tax of previous year in previous year itself. Okay. Fourth person likely to transfer property to avoid tax. Now again, if someone is likely who is transferring the property, so if he's transferring the property and government feels that he's trying to avoid the tax, again we'll ask them to pay the tax of the previous year income in the previous year itself. We won't wait up to the assessment year. And the last person is your discontinued business. For example, say Nokia, right? So as per now here, when a business is discontinued, again we don't know where they will be there in the assessment year. So for such discontinued business, in the same year, we'll stop them and we'll ask them, please pay your taxes and then go forward. Everyone clear? So these are the 5 exceptions to the rule which says that whatever income you earn in the previous year, tax will be assessed in the assessment year. These have exceptions. Which 5 exceptions? Come on, repeat with me. First is shipping business of non-resident. Come on, repeat with me. Yes, please speak out. I can hear you. Okay, I can very much nicely hear you. Repeat with me. Yes. Which are the 5 exceptions here? The first, shipping business of non-resident. Second, are respected. Living India. Third, AOP BOI form for a particular purpose. Fourth is what your person who is transferring the property with a view of avoiding tax. And fifth and the last, which is an example of Nokia, that is discontinued business. Everyone clear? Yes. Okay. So for this 5%, we'll ask them whatever income you earn in the previous year, please pay tax as well in the previous year itself. Okay. Very good. Okay. So now let's come to the last part. Now not the almost last part of this chapter, which talks about different income tax rates. So I assume you are very much aware about all the different income tax rate, and you must have all learned this different income tax rate. So just quickly go through it. I will give you some few examples to solve, and we'll try to get the answers of them, and then we'll go forward. Okay. So here for individual HUF, AOP, BOI, the income tax rates are up to 2.5 lakh nil, 2.5 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 to 10 20%, and about 10 30% for someone of age less than 60 years. If someone is of 60 or more, so even if someone is 60, he will also get this. Now please don't get confused with such terms as well. He gets the basic exemption up to 3 lakhs, and then 3 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 and above. The rate is 5, 20 and 30%. Okay, if someone has really reached to this level, which level of 80 or above, so in this case up to 5 he will get no tax, 5 to 10 he will get 20%, and 10 and above he will get 30%. Everyone clear? Sure. So okay, with this, come on, quickly say me, if a person has a income, yes, if a person has an income say of 12 lakhs of age 58 years, come on everyone, can you please say me tax? Yes, don't forget to add the health and education says 4%. Come on please everyone, say me what would be the tax for 12 lakhs? Yes everyone, come on, quickly solve this. Say me the tax amount on 12 lakh rupees. Yes, very good. I'm getting some answers. Yes. Very good. Perfect. It's how much? It's 1,79,400 with health and education says. So you must be very much aware with all the slabs and everything. A small, just 2 minutes of detail I'm just sharing with the guys who may or not aware or are finding difficult to calculate this is a very simple. Just try to make a graph. Okay, initially later on you will be also very much well to do with this. Okay, so now here you will have, say, all your curves. So first up to 2.5 lakh the tax is what? 0%. So this comes 0. Okay, above 2 to 5 lakhs the difference is how much? 2.5 lakh into 5%, which comes to 12,500, right? Above 5 to 10, so we are going as per slabs, whatever slabs are given. So 5 to 10 lakh is the next slab. So how much would be the difference here? This would be 5 lakhs into 20%, which is how much? 1 lakh. And above 10 lakh, whatever is the income, the tax rate is what? The tax rate is 30%. So this goes to how much? 60,000. Right? Adding all this plus 4% health and education cess will give you your final tax. Everyone clear? So this is the basic thing how you could do. So for different slab you can do differently. Also, if you are very much enough with this practice, then you can directly follow the shortcut, right? If the income is about 10 lakh, you will directly do 30% about 10 lakh plus how much? 11 plus 1 lakh 12,500 for a normal citizen. Similarly, you will do for a senior citizen as plus 1 lakh 10,000, and for a very senior citizen, you will add only 1 lakh there. Okay, perfect. Very good, guys. Okay, now here, if someone specifically goes for section 115 BAC, it will be clearly mentioned to you in question that individual has opted for 115 BAC or not. If an individual has opted for 115 BAC, then the following would be the slabs applicable to him. But when he goes for 115 BAC, there are certain exceptions, exemptions which are not allowed to him in future. Okay, so what are that? So we'll come this part at the last and the end, the final session, when we're done with the revision of all the different topics, because the exemption are all related with all the different parts. Okay, so what are the income tax rate for 115 BAC? You can quickly go through it. And can you quickly answer me, if the same person having income 12 lakh opting for 115 BAC, what would be the income tax? Please say me, what would be the income tax for a person opting for 115 BAC? Yes. Come on, everyone, please answer me. Someone having an income of 12 lakhs, what would be the tax as per 115 BAC? Yes, I got one answer. Very good. Have you guys added the education says? Okay. Please always remember, see, whenever you calculate tax, always add education cess and check this twice, because many time it will happen that you have just forgot this such a minor thing which will easily give you a 1 mark for adding just a cess of 4%. Okay, so please remember, as soon as the word tax comes, remember that you have to also calculate the cess with it. Okay, very good. Now here, with this, with section 115 BAC1 restrictions comes into place, which says that if a SSC is not having a income from PGBP, which you must be very much nicely aware about it, if a SSC doesn't have an income with PGBP, in that case, he can opt for this 115 BAC every year, or whether he have to opt or not opt, it's an option upon him. Okay, so every year he can decide what is his income, whether to go as per this or not, as per this or not. Every year he can decide. But if someone has a income from PGBP, once you have exercised the option, you cannot withdraw it. Okay, so if I have exercised the option of 115 BAC, I can withdraw this in future. And if I do withdraw this in future, in that case, I will be not eligible to exercise this option in the future till the until unless my PGBP income ceases. So this simply says, if a person earning PGBP income opts for 115 BAC, okay, he opts for 115 BAC, that's great. But once he any next previous year he doesn't go for 115 BAC, then in future he can't ever come back to 115 BAC. सो एक बार 115 BAC की गली से आप निकल गए तो वापस एक गली के अंदर आप नहीं आ सकते हैं. Everyone clear? It's okay. So this is a rule regarding 115 BAC. Coming to the next part of the taxation of companies. Okay, in case of companies, if a company general, see, normally you will check the turnover of the last year. Don't see here for you. Oh yeah, yeah, it's 2022 only, correct. You will see a turnover of the last year. If the turnover is more than 400 crore, the rate is 30%. If it is below 400 crore, the rate is 25%. Further, if it is a domestic company, okay, and who is engaged in manufacturing, in that case they can opt for 115 BAB. It is again an optional. In that case, the tax will be only 15%. Okay, and if it's a domestic company who is not in manufacturing but a domestic company, can go for 22% if they opt for 115 BAA. Okay, so you can simply see that in case of company, the tax is above 400 crore, below 400 crore. Here 25%, 30%. For domestic company, there is an option. If it is manufacturing, the tax would be how much? 15%. And if it is other than manufacturing, the tax would be 22%. This is under 115 BAB, 115 BAA. This is optional. And when I say optional, in this case, what happens, guys? Certain exemptions are there in future which they won't be eligible for if they go under this discounted rate. But if they go under this rate, then all the exemptions and all the provisions will be applicable for them as well. So it's option upon a company. Okay, so this is a company. Again, students generally get confused in the taxation of company. Okay, so please get clear with this. In a question where you have to calculate the tax for company, it will be clearly mentioned what type of company it is and what is the turnover of the previous year, or not previous year, last year. Okay, so accordingly you can decide it. So you do not need to go into very much detail and get yourself confused about it. It will be clearly mentioned in the question. Okay, so that way you can do it. Further, if it is a foreign company, it's very simple. Your tax rate is direct 40%. LLP firm, partnership firm, local authority, your rate is direct 30%. And a specific thing which again generally we quickly skip it when we are learning, which is your taxation of cooperative society. It can be a question, a 4 mark simple question for you. Please remember, just like in a case of individual HUF and all other person, there were slab rates. There is slab rates for cooperative society as well. What are the slab rates? See, up to 10,000, 10%. 10,000 to 20,000 slabs. I'm saying slabs, not flat taxation like companies. These are the slabs. 10,000 to 20,000, it's how much? 20%. Above 20,000 the tax is how much? 30%. Okay, please remember this. So easy. Slabs are there. Up to 10,000, 10%. 10 to 20, 20%. 20 above, 30%. But please remember this very nicely. This can be a very interesting question upon this in your examination, because students generally skip this when learning. Everyone clear? Okay. Now do what? Now what you have to do is pay attention. Say me what would be the tax for a cooperative with an income of 2 lakhs. Always remember, whenever tax word come, what you will remember? You have to add what? Says. Say me a tax for a cooperative society with an income of 2 lakhs. Yes. Yes, very good. Have you taken as per slab rates now? 59 to 80. Yes, correct. Very good. Perfect. Superb. Okay. Very nice. Okay, guys. So these were all the basic tax rates. There is one discount. Now, say me one thing. You give discount only to whom? To only the known person. Similarly, a rebate is given only to a resident individual. Okay, so you can remember like this way. This rebate is only for a resident individual if his total income doesn't exceed 5 lakh. If his net total income, not gross, I'm saying, if his net total income doesn't exceed 5 lakh rupees, in that case, he will get whatever tax comes to him, will get a complete discount. Okay, that's your rebate under section 87A. With this, coming to the section, please remember, guys, see, if you know the right section, do quote it. But there are no separate or extra mark for quoting your section generally. Okay, so if you know section, do quote it. But if you do not know exactly the section, I will suggest simply skip it rather than writing the wrong section. Okay. Now here, coming further, so this is the rebate under section 87A, which says that if anyone's income is less than 5 lakh rupees, net total income, not anyone, only the resident individuals, net total income is less than 5 lakh rupees. In this case, he will get a discount, that whatever tax comes to him will get completely rebated. Okay, and the tax payable would be 0. Now I'm not going to this study material question. Please go through this question once after the lecture. Okay, if you have sufficient time enough, definitely I will go with that as well. Coming to the surcharge rates. Okay, or before going to surcharge, yeah, we'll go to the surcharge now. Okay, coming to the surcharge rates. Now here, please remember, individual HUF, what are the surcharge rates? See, if the income is up to 50 lakhs, there is no surcharge. 50 to 1 crore 10%, 1 to 2 15, 2 to 5 25, 5 and above 37%. Everyone clear? Further, if your income is under section 111A, 112A or 112, which is your short-term capital gain and short-term capital gains, okay, in this case, the maximum surcharge will be the 15%. So for example, if your income is above 5 crore, which also has this special income in this, okay, so you separate this, इसके ऊपर you will charge only 15, on balance you will charge 37%. Don't get confused here. Again, I'm saying for this, the highest slab for this special income, the highest slab is 15%. Highest slab. So if everything is under 10%, no problem. But if that it goes above 15%, this income you will separate it, you will tax at 15%, and balance income you will charge at the respective surcharge rate. Everyone clear? Company surcharge is simple, 2, 7, 5, 12. For a domestic company, it is 2 and 5%, up to 1 crore and above 1 crore, above 10 crore. Okay. For a foreign company, sorry, I'm so sorry, I just missed it. For a domestic company, it's 7 and 12. So up to 1 crore, no surcharge. 1 crore to 10 crore, 7%, 10 and above, 12%. For a foreign company, again up to 1 crore, no surcharge. 1 to 10, 2, and 10 and above, 5%. Why less surcharge here? Because already we have taxed them at a higher slab. We have taxed them at 40% for foreign company, right? For their partnership firm, up to 1 crore nil, above 1 crore flat, 12%, very simple. Cooperative society nil up to 1 crore and 7 and 12%. Okay, please go through all this surcharges once. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Go through all this, try to revise them all, and then I'm going to give you a beautiful question. Always remember surcharge, if when you are adding the cess, first step is to calculate tax. Next step, if applicable, you will add surcharge, and then you will add cess. Okay, surcharge is always, remember, tax on tax. The rate you will see on income, the rate, what rate to charge, you will check with the income, but this will charge on tax only. So whenever you say the word surcharge, in the same time in the mind you will say tax on tax. So this will give you a reminder that you have to charge this not on the income but on tax. Okay, quickly go through it. I will give you some question to solve here, and then we'll go further. Okay, shall I give you a question? Okay, say if a individual have a income of 2 crore 10 lakh, no, 2 crore 20 lakh, what would be the tax? Yes, individual having an income of 2 crore 30 lakhs, what would be tax? Age of this individual is 25 years. Yes, please answer this. I will be back in a minute. I'll just fill my bottle. Yes, guys. 2 crore 30 lakhs. Let me even I will calculate it. Don't worry, guys. There will be no marginal relief. You just need to do a calculation. No, Siddesh. Guys, you are in a revision lecture. I got one answer from Zimba, one answer from Rajat. My God, all of you are giving different answer. Okay, pay attention, everyone. No problem. Pay attention here. See, on 2 crore 20 lakhs, we are trying to calculate the tax. Okay, first let's calculate the tax. Okay, so here tax, I'm going in detail because none of you are, because almost everyone have given me separate answers. Okay, 0 to 2.5 lakh, 0%, which goes 0. Okay, 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, 5%, which is 12,500. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 10%, which is 1 lakh. Everyone clear? Further, about 10 lakhs. How much is about 10 lakhs? Which is 2 crore 10 lakhs. Into, sorry, this is 20%, right? Into 30%, which goes to how much? This is 63 lakh. So total tax comes to 60, not total, only basic tax, huh? 63 plus 164 lakh, 12,500. Everyone clear? This is the total tax. Now you will see, as the income is about 2 crore, he is an individual. As the income is about 2 crore and he is an individual, so there will be surcharge applicable. Surcharge at what rate? At what rate surcharge? At 25%. Please remember, surcharge is always what? Tax on tax. So 25% will be applicable on what? This amount. Okay, so 64 12 500 into 25%, this comes to 16 lakh 03125. Fine. Now the tax with surcharge comes how much? Which is 80 lakh 15,625. Always will not forget to add cess, add 4% health and education cess. So this becomes 83 36 250. One among you have given a correct answer. That's it. Don't delete your comments now. बदमाश लोगो सब. It's your revision lecture. You should be so quick and with the correct answer, guys. What? Why you are mistaking it? Haven't you done surcharges nicely in your classes? Say me what problem you have, guys, so we can solve it. Everyone clear with this solution? Shall I give you one more example? Okay, I will give you one more example. Solve it. A guy with the age 62 years, income 5 crore 50 lakhs. Come on, solve this and send me the answer. Let me sit for a while. Yes, I'm waiting for your answers, guys. Income 5 crore 50 lakhs. Say me what will be the total tax? And I will calculate. I got the answer, guys. What about you? Very good, Sriraksha. Very good, Bhavya. Very good, Sanmita. Shreya. Vaishnavi. Yes, Malika. Okay, that's like good girls. Only girls. No boys have answered yet. Yeah, Bharat is there. That's very good. Okay, so now you have given a correct answer. Very nice. I'm happy with you. Okay. Now let's go to the next and the interesting topic, which would be quite confusing for you, which is your marginal relief. Okay. So can you say one thing? How many of you are very much confident about marginal relief? Yes, please say me. How many of you are very much confident? Sir, marginal relief का कोई भी क्वेश्चन आने दो, हम करके निकलेंगे. Yes. Let me see. How many of you are so much? How much of you are so many confident? How many of you are very much confident enough? Yes. But come on, say me. No one is confident enough. Okay, very good. No problem. I'm so much amazed about your, your truthfulness. No one is even saying that he's confident enough. Okay, please calculate tax on this with margin. Let me see how many of you know marginal relief correctly. Okay, or else don't worry, I'm there for you. I'm going to solve everything we are going to do here. Don't worry, okay? Yes, please calculate tax on 1 crore to 1 lakh for an individual with the age of 32 years. Okay, the guys who are not able to, also let me know whether you have to understand this marginal relief right from concept, or shall I just give you a shortcut. If you know from a concept, I will just give you a shortcut and then we can move forward. So there are three things you need to do. First, say me whether you want to know to concept or not. Solve this question. Give me the answer. Hello everyone. Is the classes streaming or not? Come on, answer me. Yes, no, what you are saying. Oh, I got one answer from Rajat. That's very nice. Malika says no. Okay. So if you can, guys, I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Please try to solve this. If you're not able to solve, I will go with the concept as well and I will revise you all the different things as well. Very good, Tanushree. Very good, Shiv Karthik. Shiv Karthik. Okay, pay attention, guys. I will just first just give me 5 minutes. We'll quickly go through the concept, and because this is the last thing of the chapter, okay, we'll quickly go through the concept and then we'll also go through the shortcut which you will require to solve such type of question of marginal relief. First thing, see what happened. Now pay attention. See, calculate tax on the income of 1 crore. What happens? See, tax. How much tax comes for 1 crore income? 90 lakhs into 3 plus 12,000. Wait a minute. 90 lakhs into 30% plus 1 lakh 12,500. So see here, tax comes 28 lakh 12,500. Health and education says comes 4%. Total tax comes to 29 lakh 25,000. So someone earning a income of 29 lakh, someone earning a income of 1 crore end up paying tax 29 lakh 25,000 only. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah. Just a second. Let me check it once. Yeah, correct. Okay. But someone earning a income of 1 crore 1 lakh pays how much tax first? He pays tax of 28 lakh 42,500 as, no, wait a minute, I've done a mistake. Wait a minute, I'm so sorry. I have done a mistake here. Here will be also surcharge. I'll do it. Okay. Here he is paying tax of 28 lakh 42,000 plus surcharge at what percentage, guys? Here, see, surcharge at 15% is applicable, right? Surcharge above 1 crore is 15%. Where did it gone? Yeah. Surcharge at 15% is how much? Which goes to 4,26,375, and health and education says 1,30,755. So total answers, total tax comes to 33,99,630. Right? Whereas here the surcharge is 10%. So this comes to 281250, right? And total tax comes to 32 lakh 17,500. Okay, everyone? Yes. So you will see here, guys, 32 lakh 21,500. Which answer you are saying me? Okay. So guys, you will see here that now I'm saying the concept. What is the concept of marginal relief? Marginal relief concept says that, see, your income was 1 crore, and when the income rose just by 1 lakh, income was 1 crore, income rose just by 1 lakh, because of your tax rose how much? Because of just 1 lakh extra income, you are end up paying tax how much extra? See, you end up paying 1.80 lakh, almost 1.80 lakh, 1.8 lakh, 1 lakh 80,000 extra tax because of that, right? So see what is happening. Just because a person like me who's earning just 1 lakh extra, I am paying 1.8 lakh extra tax. ये तो ना इंसाफी हुई ना. 1 लाख एक्स्ट्रा कमाया तो आप मेरे से 2 लाख टैक्स लेके जा रहे हो, राइट? तो फॉर सच पर्सन द गवर्नमेंट गिव्स द concept of marginal relief. Okay, and the concept of marginal relief says you that for such situations where your income is less and your tax upon such certain extra income comes very much extra. So marginal, as with the word you must have been known, marginal, which means what? Extra. So on this extra income of 1 lakh, I am paying extra tax of 1.8 lakh, which is all in injustice to me. So for such person who has a bit of amount extra, earning extra, because of which so huge taxes coming, there is marginal relief available to them. Okay, so now coming to the shortcut, this is the concept. Hopefully everyone got the concept very much nicely. Okay, now coming here to the steps of solving margin relief question. First thing, sir, when do we need to follow this step? So whenever your income is near to any of the slabs of surcharge, you need to follow these 4 steps. When you will follow this 4 step, automatically guys, योर आंसर वुड बी करेक्ट. मार्जिनल रिलीफ होगा तो भी आंसर सही आएगा, नहीं होगा तो भी सही आएगा. सो आपके लिए इट्स अ सिंपल थिंग इज, whenever your income is near to any of the slab of your surcharge, you follow this 4 step approach. So what is step 1 here? So step 1 is calculate tax on total income normally with the surcharge applicable, just like we have done in this example. Okay, everyone clear? That's your step 1, that you will calculate the total tax on the total income very normally. Okay, step 2 is, please pay attention everyone, tax on nearest slab. So if the income is 1 crore 1 lakh, which is the nearest slab? 1 crore. So tax on the nearest slab plus the additional income means what? Step 2, tax on the nearest slab. You will calculate tax on the 1 crore, add the extra income. Whatever is the extra income, how much was the extra income? Above 1 crore, how much was extra? 1 lakh. Add is at as it is. So person says, rather than taking 1.8 lakh there from me, you take it 1 lakh. You take the complete 1 lakh from me. Step 3 is lower of above. 1 or 2. Whichever is lower of this two. You finalize this, add a health and education says that's your tax. So if you follow your step, so if margin relief is there, so your step 2 would be lower. If margin relief is not there, your step 1 will be lower. So automatically your answer would be right. So step 1, tax on total income. Step 2, tax on nearest slab plus additional income as it is. Step 3, lower of the above, and step 4, your final answer would be there. Everyone clear? See, it may happen you have learned this thing separately or something in a different way from your faculty in different way. If that is comfortable for you, go with that. If this is comfortable for you, go with this. Okay, but this is generally very comfortable for you, for all the students, okay, which I have seen doing them. So I generally prefer the students to go with these 4 steps. But as you are comfortable, you can do accordingly. Until unless your answer is right, no, nothing matters. Everyone clear? So once again, I'm just repeating the steps. Step 1, calculate tax on total income. Step 2, calculate tax on the nearest slab plus additional income. Step 3, lower of the above. Step 4, add health and education says. Okay, everyone clear with this, all these 4 steps? Can we do one last question on this all steps? Okay, you are giving that answer with the margin relief, right? Very good. Okay. Now see, with these 5 steps, I'm giving you one question. Now you solve it, or else as per whatever you have learned, or we'll go with this all 5 steps how to solve this. Okay, say my income is 50 lakh 50,000, age 25 years. Okay, 50 lakh 50,000 is the income, age 25 years. Okay, so please solve this. Yes. You try to solve in your ways. I will give you 2 minutes time, and then I will solve it with my way. Say me the final answer with the health and education says. Okay, very good. Yes, Bharat, Zimba, Bhavya, Bhavya. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I'm just following this with my steps. Whichever is comfortable for you, you can go accordingly. Okay. Step one. What is step one? Tax on total income. So what is the tax on 50 lakh 50,000 with surcharge? So this goes to how much? This goes to 14 lakh 60,000 250. Step 2, tax on nearest slab plus additional income. So tax on 50 lakhs plus 50,000. Okay. So tax on 50 lakhs comes to how much without cess? Okay. 40 into 0.3 plus this comes to 13 lakh 12,500 plus 50,000, which is 13 lakh 72,500. Now guys, which is lower? Step 1 or step 2? Which is lower? Step 2 is lower. So you will finalize this 13,072,500 plus 4% health and education says. So your final tax comes to 13 lakh 65,000. What about your answers? No? Your answer is separate? Have I done any mistake, guys? How come your answer is 14 lakh 17,000? Oh, sorry. Right. I have done a mistake. I'm so sorry. It's 162. Oh, right. Yes, correct. Got it, everyone? So see guys, if you follow this 4 steps, so simply your answer is there. Okay. So you can follow whichever is fine with you, right? Okay. So very good with this. As it seems you guys have become expert into this, I'm very much willing to give you one more question. Okay. So please give me tax for income of, as you are very much expert than me, of income of 2 crore 2 lakh. Wait a minute. Income is 2 crore 2 lakh and age is 65 years. Yes, I'm ready for your answer. See, it feels so much interesting when the response is so much, when the response is there from you guys, your side as well. We are now going to follow the 4 steps, guys. First step is tax on total income. Step 2, tax on the nearest slab plus additional income. Step 3, lower of above, add health and education cess. Come on, I'm waiting for your answers. You guys are so much expert. Why you are not able to answer before? Yes, very good. I got one answer from Zimba. Rajat's answer is different. I got an answer from Bhavya, Shreyas, Shreya. Rajat, what mistake you have done? See, your answer is separate than all others. Very good. Okay, so let me solve this once. So, step 1, tax on total income, which is on 2 crore 2 lakhs with surcharge, which comes to 73, 37, 500. Step 2, tax on nearest slab plus additional income. Don't, if you are following these steps, please don't forget this always. Students generally forget this. Okay, which is nearest slab is 2 crore, right? And on that, what is the surcharge rate? Is 15%. अरे यार, this comes to 66, 81, 500 plus additional income is how much? 2 lakhs. So this comes to 68, 81, 500. As step 2 is lower, there is marginal relief, right? You will add cess upon this and you'll get your final answer. Very good. Perfect. Everyone clear? So your everyone's answer is correct. Bharat, what mistake you have done? Just check that once, okay? And correct yourself. Rajat, not Bharat, sorry. Okay. So very good. So is this 4 steps helpful for you? So are you using these 4 steps or not? Can you just let me know quickly? Is this 4 steps helpful for you or not? Yes, guys, is this 4 steps helpful for you? Okay, that's great. Then our intention of this session is successful. No worries. Okay, so please, guys, whenever your income is near to any of the surcharge slab, simply follow these 4 steps. Your answer would be always correct. Okay. Okay, Shri Raksha. That's great. Okay. Now here further, see, there's some special rate income which will tax at a special rates. The last part of this chapter. Okay. Tax on winnings of lottery, card games, and horse races is 30%. So if you have any income from this, there is no rebate or anything applicable on this. You'll put them separate and you'll directly tax at 30%. Special rate is there for such income. Okay. If there is any unexplained money, investment, etc., which follows all these sections, section 68, 69, 69A, 69B, C and D. Okay, so on such all this income, I will go through this once. All this income, the tax rate is flat 60%, plus surcharge always, plus cess always. Okay, Royalty income from patent, the tax is flat rate 10%. If 70% of such royalty income is been spent in India, no other deduction would be available, and SSC is resident and really a inventor of that particular royalty. Okay, income on transfer of carbon credit. So see what happens, many factories get carbon credits, that much and carbon they can emit. Okay, but they're emitting less than that, so they sell this extra carbon credit to another factory, so that is charged at 10%. Whatever they will generate revenue will charge the tax at 10%. Okay, further, 11 bbh, you will, if you transfer any virtual digital asset, just like cryptic just like what to say, cryptocurrency, this will tax at flat rate of 30%. Okay, and there will be no deduction of any expenditure available to such asset as well. So whatever amount you buy, whatever amount you sell this cryptocurrency, the difference will be flat tax at 30% rate. Okay, coming to this sections, if there is any cash credit, like for example, if my accounts get credited with any particular amount, and if I'm not able to explain this, the source of this income, okay, so this will be, and I haven't considered this here in my taxation part, so this will be taxed at 60 plus 25 plus 4% always. Further, if I have any unexplained investment, any FD, or any different asset or any house or any such unexplained investment, again that will be taxed at the highest rate. Unexplained money, if they raid upon my house and they get some cash which is again not in any of my income tax return, and I am not able to provide them sufficient enough explanation, again this will come under unexplained money. Next, amount of investment etc not fully disclosed. Say I have a house in Mumbai whose value I have disclosed only 2 lakh rupees, whereas in reality it's of 20 crore rupees. So I have disclosed it, but I have not disclosed the fully, right? So such undisclosed amount, the difference of 19 crore 98 lakh will be taxed at 78% effectively. Further, unexplained expenditure, if in my P&L PGPP I am debiting anything, okay, and I'm not able to give sufficient explanation for this, again it can be taxed at the highest rate. And amount borrowed or repaid on hundi, so this is what, this is a type of loan where any amount is borrowed on a hundi or any amount due thereon is repaid other than through an account pay check. So if you take loan from anyone in cash, okay, basically in cash, in account you take no problem, but if you take in cash, then it can be a problem for you, because we'll tax again such amount at 78%. So if you have any of this undisclosed income, any of this 6 different sections, your income will be taxed at flat effective 78% rate. Everyone clear? With this, we finish our revision of our first chapter. Okay, we have considered all the concepts, we have taken maximum questions relating to the respective concepts, and we have revised almost everything here. Everyone done? Please let me know if you have any query in chapter number 1, or any particular part you want to be repeated in chapter number 1. Yes. Yes, everyone, is everything clear? Shall we move forward? Come on, everyone, say me quickly. Or you want anything to be repeated specifically from chapter number 1? Okay, that's great. So let's move to our next chapter, chapter number 2, which talks about residential status and scope of total income. Okay, shall we take a break of 3 minutes? What do you say? Let's take a break of 3 minutes, relax ourselves, and then we'll start with the next chapter. You can also go have some water. वैसे तो it will be break for you. You would be enjoying from your home, right? You would be keeping your phones and having eating and having there would be wafers, chocolates, food, lunch, everything would be coming up on your way. Only problem is for the faculty in the live lectures, is it? Isn't it? From where you all guys are? You're from Udupi or Bangalore or Alwas? Yes, Semi. Bangalore, okay. Acha, maximum of you are from Bangalore only. Okay, Bhumika is from Udupi. Okay, so it's Bangalore and Udupi batch. Okay, that's great. I haven't been in Bangalore, but I have been in Udupi for last batch. This batch I couldn't come. So last batch, your seniors would be very much aware about me. Okay, so there is a mix of Bangalore and Udupi. Good. Bangalore, I'm particularly fan about your what that ice cream parlor name was. I just forgot the name of the ice cream parlor. I missed that. That was too good. Papa's, right? It's Papa's ice cream parlor. And in Udupi, that is Good Bowl, right? The Good Bowl one in the last that lane. The both things are favorite, absolutely favorite of mine. Right, right. I remembered it. Ideal. Pabbas. In Bangalore, I've been in Pabbas, and Udupi that is Good Bowl. I feel the name is Good Bowl only, which serves tiramisu. Okay, chalo, let's come back to our place. I'm not going to diverge you very much. I know you would be so much already struggling from all these different food cravings and staying at your home and doing your revisions and doing your study at home. Okay, yeah, cream bowl, not good bowl, cream bowl, right, Malika? Okay, chalo guys, let's continue here with our chapter number 2, which is about your residential status and scope of total income. So guys, here, first we are going to decide what is the residential status of any particular person. Why? Because depending upon the residential status, we are going to see whether his income will be taxable in India or not. Okay, and also the tax rates are separate for residential as well as non-residential person. Also, for non-residential person, we don't give a discount. The discount was which rebate under section 87A. Perfect. Okay, so guys, here whenever we are talking about an individual or HUF, there can be three status he can be into. He will be either ROR, RNOR or NR. Okay, only for individual and HUF. He can be ROR, RNR or NR. Okay, RNOR, you can also say it. Everything clear? So now here, how we are going to decide whether a particular person is on a resident of India or not depending upon the passport, not depending upon the caste, creed, language, society, color. Okay, ऐसा कुछ हम decide नहीं करेंगे. Okay, हम decide करते हैं उनके residential status by how many days they are in India or not. Because if we decide as per the passport, you must be very much aware, Akshay, Alia Bhatt won't be an Indian citizen, right? So here citizenship has to nothing to do with your residential status, but how much days you have stayed in India, that has to do with your residential status. So for an individual, okay, for an individual, the first basic condition says that you have to be in India. If you are in India for 182 days or more, you are resident. So if anyone's come to you in your office and ask you, sir, do I need to pay income tax? Whether I'm, so you'll ask, wait, say me whether are you a resident or not. So you'll ask him first question, so are you in India for 182 days or more? Okay. So in the current previous year, the previous year we are talking about, if yes, he is resident. Okay. If he says no, so we will give him one more chance. Okay, we will give him one more chance and we'll ask him that whether in current previous year he is there in India 60 or more days, right? And in last four previous years, in last four previous year, he is in India for 365 or more days. Always I am writing or more, means it includes 365 as well or more as well. Okay, 60 as well and 61 as well, 182 as well and 183 as well. Everyone clear? So for any person, first you will ask first question, in the respective previous year, how many days you were in India? If you were for 182 or more, you are resident. Congratulations. And if not, we'll give you one more chance to be resident in India. That will ask him whether he is in India for 60 or more in current previous year and in last four previous year, whether he is in India for 365 or more days. So in our case, the previous year is what? 22, 23. And 4 years before this previous year, we will see if he is there in 365 or more days. See, I generally note this in such a way, so it's very easy for you for understanding and remembrance. Okay, so guys, you can see here there is or in between. So when I am writing certain thing here, it means of present year. Here means पिछले कुछ सालों की बात कर रहा हूं मैं. Okay, so this is the basic condition. If we satisfy any one of these two condition, anyone, कोई भी एक भी satisfy कर दिया इन दोनों में से, so we will put him to the next condition, that is additional condition. अब हम देखेंगे क्या वो तन और मन दोनों से इंडियन है या नहीं है. ओके, दोनों से. सो दिस कंडीशन हैव अ एंड इन बिटवीन, मींस दिस बोथ आर कंपल्सरी. ओके, so what are these additional conditions which will check their further status is that first, whether he is resident in 2 previous year, in last 10 previous years, and in last 7 previous year, whether he is in 730 days or not. So we are asking him, in last 10 previous year, are you qualifying the first basic condition for any 2 years or more? And if you are doing it, further ask him, in last 7 previous year, whether he is there for how many? 730 days, na? Yeah, 730 days or more, correct. Okay, so this is simple, your first part of the chapter. Everyone clear? First, you ask basic condition. Any one basic condition he need to satisfy. Any one basic condition he need to satisfy of this two. And if we satisfy this, we'll put him to the additional condition which both he need to satisfy. And if he satisfies this both condition, he will be known as ROR. If he doesn't satisfy any one of this both condition, he will be known as RNOR. और सर अगर वो पहले कंडीशन में ही बाहर निकल गया, he is not satisfying any one of this two, he will be known as NR. Everyone clear? Okay, see, you can simply remember this 365 into 2. Everyone will remember this. You can just draw this diagram with yourself, so it will be easy for you for your next revisions. Okay. Once again, I'm saying you, for any person, you will for individual in HUF, you will ask whether he is in India for 182 days or more in the current previous year. If not, we'll give him one more chance. We'll ask him whether he is in India in current previous year for 60 or more days, and in last 4 previous year for 365 or more days. If he satisfy any two of this, he will be put into the additional condition. If he doesn't satisfy any one of this, we'll say him as a non-resident. Further, if he satisfy this any one of this, we'll put him to the additional condition. First additional condition, he has to be resident in any 2 previous year in last 10 previous years, and he has to be there in India for 730 or more days in last 7 previous years. If we satisfy this both, then he is a resident, an ordinary resident. And if he doesn't satisfy any of this, so he is going to be known as resident and not an ordinary resident. Everyone clear? So these are all the status for individual. Okay. Now some interesting points are there with this. What are some interesting points? The interesting point is that when he comes into India and when he goes out from the India, both days have to be included in India. Okay. See here. When he comes into India and when he leaves India, has to be considered in India. Further, in the following cases, basic condition number 1 is applicable for determination of residential status and second basic condition would be ignored. ऐसे 3 देशद्रोही है. देशद्रोही से मुझे याद आया. Do you understand Hindi? Anyone of you who doesn't understand Hindi at all? Sir समझता ज नहीं बिल्कुल भी. Yes? So please say me. Sir, I don't understand Hindi. So certain things which I say in Hindi, that also I avoid it. Okay? But right now, so ऐसे 3 person है, ऐसे 3 देशद्रोही है जिनको हम बेसिक कंडीशन नंबर 2 देंगे ही नहीं. We will say no for this 2. Second condition. We'll ask them to satisfy only first condition, and if they satisfy, great enough. If don't they satisfy, put. So who are such 3 persons? Okay, so first person, pay attention everyone. The first person who lives in India for employment, जो अपनी बैग लेकर कहीं और काम करने के लिए चले गया, who lived India for employment. Second person who is engaged, pay attention everyone, Indian citizen, we are talking only about Indian citizen, not about foreign citizen. Next, again Indian citizen who is a crew member on Indian ship living India during the previous year. Second person. So first one who takes the bag with him. Okay. Second person, Indian citizen, Indian ship going outside India. For these 2 persons, what we are going to do, add basic condition only first would be applicable for them. We won't give them second chance to be Indian. Okay. Further, last, Indian person or person, यहाँ पे see, they have added a condition here. They have added a condition with what name? Person origin of India, engaged outside India in any employment or business or profession and visiting India on only chuttiya. Okay. So now what do you mean by person origin of India? Do you know what is person origin of India? Yes. So these were the 3 persons, guys, to whom only basic condition number 1 is given. Please remember them nicely because this can be one of the very interesting MCQ by ICI. One who is living for employment. One who is Indian citizen on Indian ship. Sometime in MCQ for confusion they give a foreign ship. So don't get confused there. Okay. And third is your, what we say. Who was third? Yeah. Indian citizen or Indian origin who comes into India only for chutiya. already he is doing some business profession outside India. Yes, what is Indian origin? So pay attention. A person would be known as Indian origin if his mother or father or his grandmother or grandfather, any one of these four, I am saying, any one of these four has taken birth in undivided India. Undivided India, which means India as well as Pakistan as well as Bangladesh. If any one of these four have taken birth in undivided India, okay, so in this case he will be known as Indian origin. And such Indian origin person doing some profession, vocation, business outside India comes to India on vacation. For such person also we will give only condition number 1 to satisfy, to be the resident of India. If it doesn't satisfy, we won't give him the second condition of staying 60 days or 365 days in last 4 previous years. Everyone understood? Yes. Let's make one thing. What happens? Certain things make me more interested. Also helps me for understanding how much things were covered by you. Okay. If you get to know certain new things in this revision lecture, so please like the thing. That's the only thing. आप एक heart press हो, आप वो press कर दो. या smile or give 100 or any emoji. Let me see how the emoji looks like. Wait a second. Huh? Yeah, perfect. So it helps me for understanding. Thank you so much. Bus. Thank you so much. Thank you, bus. Okay. Yes, Shenoy. Shenoy is saying in between, sir, law ko ratta marna hai kya? No need to ratta maring anything. You have to understand the things and to present in the correct way. That's only required there. Okay. Further, coming to here, guys, have you understood this? So here, the person he will be known as Indian origin. When he will be known as Indian origin? When his mother, father, grandmother or grandfather, any of one takes birth in undivided India. Everyone clear? Very good. So there's three persons. We will give only condition number 1 to satisfy. We won't give condition number 2 to satisfy for being resident of India. Okay. Going further. Also, if some person, इसके ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन भी आपके स्टडी मटेरियल में, if some person is going outside India on a foreign ship, okay, if some person is going outside India on a foreign ship, so what happens? He gives a government gives him a certificate that from this date to this date he was not in India. Okay, so this CDC certificate, okay, which is also known as continuous discharge certificate. Okay, so such person with CDC certificate के लिए जो भी दिन आपको सर्टिफिकेट में दिए हुए इंक्लूडेड इन द स्टार्ट टू एंड डेट, इंक्लूडिंग दिस डेट, you won't consider him in India. Okay, generally what happens, what we do when someone comes into India and goes out of India, we consider that days to be in India. But अगर सर्टिफिकेट के ऊपर लिखा हुआ है that he is not in the India from this to this date, simply exclude that. Everyone clear? ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना उसमें. Okay, so see in this example it has given, as per the CDC, date entered into the CDC is 6th June and he gone out and he come back on 9th December. So 6th to 9th, you won't consider him in India. Rest of days he was in India. Everyone clear? Okay. Further, now the amendment has been there in the last year itself. What is the amendment? Amendment says that an Indian citizen of person origin India being outside India comes to visit India during the previous year and his income other than income from foreign sources, उसकी income foreign sources की income के अलावा 15 लाख से ज़्यादा है. So for such person this 60 days, wait a minute, this 60 days will convert into 120 days only for such person. Again I'm saying this is an amendment, just a small amendment. Pay attention, this all condition will be specified to you in question. A person from, आपको just याद रखना है ऐसी condition आई तो ये चेंज हो जाएगा. ओके क्या चेंज होगा कि अगर a person origin of India comes to India having income more than 15 lakhs other than foreign sources, for him the second basic condition of 60 days would be converted into 120 days. Everyone clear? That's a small amendment of this part. Okay, so here we complete the first residential status of an individual. Okay, everyone clear with this? Shall we go forward? Come on, quickly say me. Okay, now the next is of HUF. So again I've said you, for individual and HUF there are three status. One can be R, OR, R, NOR or NR. Rest all will be only NR or R. That's it. So for HUF, what you will see, where is the control and management of the HUF's business are from. Pay attention, again I'm saying, for HUF you will see where is the control and management of business are from. Is if it is in wholly or even partly in India, it is resident. If it is wholly, पूरा क्या पूरा इंडिया के बाहर ही है control and management, in that case it is non-resident. Even see, if you have 100 branches outside India, one single management branch in India, it is resident. Because what it is specifically said, it is wholly or even partly in India, it will be resident. Okay, now for the further status of ROR or RNOR, please state the condition, additional condition of कर्ता. आप कर्ता को जाकर पूछिए how many days he was in India in the previous year and how many days he was outside India. Okay, if he is in India, for the, if he is satisfying both the additional conditions, the HUF would be ROR. If he is not satisfying the additional conditions, the HUF would be RNOR. So for HUF we don't put the basic condition, we simply see whether the business is there. If business is even small amount of business managed from India, in that case it is resident, and additional condition we put to the karta. Everyone clear? Okay, perfect. Next is about firm, AOP, BOI and local authority. Okay, again if your business is wholly or even, now only two status, whether resident or non-resident. If your business is wholly or even partly in India, it is resident. If your business is completely outside India, it is non-resident. Everyone clear? Further, for a company, please remember you will check poem. What is poem? For a company you will check poem. What is poem? Poem is your place of effective management. Okay, so where the poem is, if the poem is in India, the company is resident. If the poem is outside India, the company is non-resident. Now what is poem? This place of effective management is nothing but place where key managerial and commercial decisions are taken place. So वो जगह जहाँ पे आपके मैक्सिमम मैनेजरियल और कमर्शियल डिसीजंस लिए जाते हैं. Okay, so for example, even if you have your head office in US, UK or Singapore, but your management sits in India. So even if your company is registered in US, UK or Singapore, but if your management is sitting in India, in that case your poem will be in India, and as your poem is in India, you will be known as resident. This is with the case of Flipkart. You know, Flipkart is incorporated in Singapore, but its poem is in India, in Bangalore. So in that case, it becomes resident. Everyone clear? So that's all about your residential status. Yes, of all the different persons, right from individual, HUF, company, and LLP, BOI, everything. So this finishes our first part of the chapter, which talks about residential status. Everyone clear? Anything need to be repeated? Just give me a minute. Let me know anything need to be repeated, guys. Okay, that's great. Let's go to the next part of the chapter, guys. The next part of the chapter talks about your scope of total income. Okay. So while taking scope of total income, they have discussed two things here. One is Indian income and foreign income. When an income is Indian income, whenever income is received or deemed to be received or accrued or deemed to be accrued, please remember this very nicely. Okay, income is going to be known as Indian income when it is received or deemed to be received, accrued or deemed to be accrued in India. Any one of this occurs here. Any one of this. इसमें से कोई भी एक चीज होती है इंडिया में, it will be known as Indian income. And if any one of this, if nothing of this happens, it will be known as foreign income. Everyone clear? This is very much important for your next part of the chapter. Okay, if income is received or deemed to be received, accrued or deemed to be accrued, any one of this in India, it is Indian income. Now received is very easy for you. Received मतलब इंडिया में मिली है, इंडिया के कोई फॉरेन बैंक में, फॉरेन इंडिया के बैंक में, फॉर एग्जांपल स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया यूके ब्रांच में मिली है, नो, इंडिया में मिली क्या मतलब इंडिया के बाउंड्री के अंदर मिली तो ही इट इज रिसीव्ड इन इंडिया. कोई फॉरेन कंट्री में इंडियन बैंक में मिली, नो, ओके, इट शुड बी अंडर इंडियन बाउंड्रीज, देन ओनली इट इज रिसीव्ड इन इंडिया और अर्नड इन इंडिया, अक्रूड इन इंडिया. So that is known as Indian income. Okay. Now here further, what is now the problem now what you need to understand is what is deemed to be received and deemed to be accrued. Okay, so I'm just quickly going through all these points which are known as deemed to be received or deemed to be accrued. Certain time 4 marks straightforward question comes from this part itself, or MCQ or favorite from here. Okay, whenever your contribution is excess of 12%, okay, and interest excess of 9.5%, it will be deemed to be received. Further, contribution by government under the 80CCD or by employer is also deemed to be received, and any transfer of from unrecognized provident fund to recognized provident fund. Okay, these are all detailed topic, guys. I have to unfortunately go quickly through it. Okay, so this all three, if any one of this happen, this is known as deemed to be received in India. Okay, further, what is deemed to be accrued? So pay attention. Income accruing or arising outside India directly indirectly through any business connection in India. आपको now see, accrued is very simple. Accrued मतलब इंडिया में कमाई गई है, you have earned in India, so no problem with that. But further above that, they have mentioned certain condition whether even though you feel that the income is earned outside, but this will be deemed to be accrued in India and it will become your Indian income. Are you understanding? So these are certain situations where you feel that income is not in India, but you have to understand, you have to deem it that it has been earned in India. The first is you have earned an income outside India, but because of a connection, business connection of India, it will become deemed to be accrued in India. Further, your received amount outside सब कुछ बाहर हुआ है, लेकिन किसके लिए हुआ है? जो असेट जो इंडिया में है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरा मुंबई का घर, ओके, इट वॉज सोल्ड इन यूएस but the asset was in Mumbai. So in this case, whatever income I earn upon this asset will be deemed to be accrued in India. Okay, Donald Trump sold a beach villa of Mumbai to Biden. दोनों इंडियन नहीं है, लेकिन क्या वो एसेट इंडिया में थी? Yes, it is deemed to be accrued in India. Further, transfer of capital asset situated, just like example I've given you, transfer of any capital asset as well. So all this three type, even though occurred outside India, but if that is and related to business connection, transfer of property or asset situated in India, it is deemed to be accrued in India and hence Indian income. Next, salary earned for services rendered in India. Okay, so whatever salary you earn, whatever the person is there from US, UK, Germany, कहाँ से भी आने दो, अगर इंडिया में सर्विसेज दी है और सैलरी मिल रही है, इंडिया में डीम टू बी अक्रूड है. Even the US company is paying in US account, but the services were rendered in India, it is deemed to be accrued in India. Salary paid by government of Indian citizen for rendering service. हमारे गवर्नमेंट ने कोई इंडियन डिप्लोमेट को यूएस में सैलरी दी है, it is still deemed to be accrued in India. Everyone clear? Further, dividend by Indian company, इंडिया के बाहर भी क्यों ना दिया हो, it is deemed to be accrued in India. Okay, so see how many conditions we already finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guys, this is quite detailed topic. I'm saying you, like I generally take a complete 2 hours upon this only because it has a very deep meaning, but I'm going here with a quick revision. Okay, so it's your duty कि आप अच्छी से आज ही पढ़ लोगे ये. Okay, going further. Now, if any interest is payable to the resident person of India in India for any Indian thing, it is in this interest it will be deemed to be accrued in India. But अगर ये interest हम कोई foreign के property के लिए pay कर रहे हैं, then it is not accrued to India. See, if money borrowed or used for technical service reality outside India, okay, then this would not be the deemed to be accrued in India. Further, royalty अगर Indian government pay करती है, always deemed to be accrued in India. Technical fees अगर आप किसी नॉन रेसिडेंट को भी पे करते हो बट वो इंडियन पर्पस के लिए है, it is deemed to be accrued in India. So these are 7, 6, 7, 8 and 9 conditions where your income is considered as deemed to be accrued in India. Okay, once again I am quickly repeating for you. First is when you earn any income due to business asset in India, property in India or transfer of asset in India, deemed to be accrued in India. Salary paid to you for rendering services in India, deemed to be accrued in India. Indian government paying you salary to work outside, Indian government to work outside India, deemed to be accrued in India. Indian company paying you dividend, deemed to be accrued in India. Interest paid for any work in India, accrued in India. Outside India, we have to not do anything with that. Royalty paid by government, always deemed to be accrued in India. And the last, technical fees paid for any work to be carried out in India, deemed to be accrued in India. I will just give you an example of this. For example, say a Dubai company is trying to make a, what we say, what is the, I just missed the name. What is the name of that longest, highest building? Arey yaar, what is the name of that? I just forgot. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, say if the Dubai company is paying to a Dubai agency to see feasibility report to make a Eiffel Tower in India. Okay, okay, to make a Eiffel Tower in India. In this case, the technical work has to be carried out in India, even though Dubai company paying a Dubai agency but this technical fees will be deemed to be accrued in India as it is for the asset which has to be located in India. Everyone clear? So guys, what we have learned with this, whenever a income is received or deemed to be received, accrued or deemed to be accrued, any one of this happens in India, it is Indian income. Everyone clear? Without giving respect to whoever, Burj Khalifa. Very nice. Thank you so much. So हम ये आईफिल टावर को कैंसिल करके यहाँ पे हम बुर्ज खलीफा बना देंगे. ओके, तो ऐसे बुर्ज खलीफा बनाने के लिए जो भी पैसा दिया है, because that asset has to be in India, the technical fees has paid for Indian property for work carried out to be in India, it will be deemed to be accrued in India. So anything happen from any four of this, received, deemed to be received, accrued, deemed to be accrued, it is an Indian income. Everyone clear? Perfect. Okay, now going forward, the most important part of this chapter, the chart. अरे कहाँ गया chart? Which will help you to solve all the questions here. Yeah, it's here. Okay, so now see, we have seen what is the Indian income, we have seen what is the foreign income. We know who is ROR, who is NOR, and who is NR. So now please pay attention everyone here. Whenever there is an Indian income, which is received, deemed to be received, accrued, deemed to be accrued, any one of this happens, it will be taxable in all the three cases without respect of any person he may be. He may be ROR, he may be NOR, he may be NR. It will be taxable in all the three cases. Okay. Further, if the income is a foreign income मतलब जो ना रिसीव हुई है, ना डीम टू बी रिसीव है, ना अक्रू हुई है, ना डीम टू बी अक्रू हुई है, इफ इट इज अ फॉरेन इनकम, सो ऑल्सो ROR का तो टैक्सेबल होने ही वाला है. ओके, तो आप देख सकते हो ROR का तो एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी टैक्सेबल इन इंडिया ओनली, वेदर इट इज इंडियन इनकम, फॉरेन इनकम और वॉट एवर इट मे बी. ओके, बट फॉरेन इनकम which is controlled from India will be taxable for NOR, not taxable for NR, and foreign income also controlled from foreign, not taxable for any one of them. Okay, so you can simply remember this chart in this way, guys. Pay attention. ROR, NOR and NR. Indian income always taxable to all. Foreign income controlled from India taxable to ROR, controlled from not India still taxable to ROR. तो आप ये चार्ट को याद करोगे, आपको सारी चीजें इसमें की याद हो जाएगी. ओके, फर्दर फॉरेन इनकम कंट्रोल फ्रॉम इंडिया टैक्सेबल टू दिस, फॉर नॉट टैक्सेबल टू दिस. फॉरेन इनकम कंट्रोल नॉट फ्रॉम इंडिया किसी के लिए भी टैक्सेबल नहीं है. So just remember this chart. This will solve all of your questions. After doing this, now it's your duty as we are now we are done with our time. आपका काम है कि आप एक मिनट, आप काम बाद में करो, पहले चार्ट को याद करो. चार्ट कहाँ गया? यस, remember this, guys. Okay, so for ROR, all the income are taxable in India. Indian income is taxable in all the cases. Foreign income control from India taxable for only NOR, and foreign income control from outside India not taxable to neither NOR neither NR. Everyone clear? So as a Indian government, what you will try? You will try to bring maximum thing into Indian income ताकि हमें tax लगाते आएगा. Yes. Everyone clear? Now guys, it's your duty that you will go through this question. This question is very beautiful. It's in your study material. This question covers all the cases. This question number 9, ये आपका होमवर्क है, ये आपको आज करना ही है, तो आपका ये चैप्टर का रिवीजन सेटिस्फाइड माना जाएगा. ओके, इसमें से मैं आपको एक क्वेश्चन ले लेता हूं सिर्फ. कम ऑन, यू प्लीज से मी. प्रॉफिट ऑन, वेट अ मिनट, व्हाई माय सीरीज एक्टिव? या, प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ प्लांट एट जर्मनी, 50% profit received in India. Please say me taxability in ROR, NOR and NR. जर्मनी की प्रॉपर्टी है, 50% पैसा इंडिया में मिला है. पहले तो ROR का केस लेते हैं. ROR for everything is going to be taxable in India, right? Whether it is received or not received, because foreign income also for him taxable in India. So all 40,000 is taxable here. For ROR or RNOR, only Indian income is taxable when an income is Indian income, when it is received, deemed to be received, accrued or deemed to be accrued in India, right? So in this, it is in Germany, so not accrued in India, but 50% is received in India. So how much is received in India? 20,000 will be taxable for both the person. Everyone clear? There is one more interesting in this. Yeah. See this? Semi answer for this, guys. Income from profession in Kenya, which was set up in India, received there but spent in India. Say me the answer for all the three cases. Just write down for ROR, RNOR, RNOR. Write down the amounts taxable in India. Very good, Bhumika. Income from profession set up in India, in Kenya, received there, spent in India. Please say me for ROR, RNOR, and NR. Yes, very good, Bhumika. Now, this is the second case which we have discussed, which was taxable in the first two and not in the last. Taxable first क्यों? क्योंकि इसको तो हमेशा ही सब कुछ taxable रहेगा. For second, why? Because it is even though foreign income, but this control from India. So in case of RNOR, it gets taxed. Everyone clear? Okay. So with this, we finish our revision of chapter number 2 as well. Okay. Chapter number 3 is remaining, but that will take tomorrow. Yes. Very good. Siddesh, Siraksha, very good. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience hearing, guys, today. Semi is my pace, my speed, my method, video, audio, is everything perfect? Same if it is perfect or you want any change into that scene now, because I can't see your expression, so I can't see your faces, but you can see mine. So I can't judge what you want, or is everything going okay? So please let me know this in your chat section. Yes, guys. All good, perfect. Yes, Malika, I will ask Ramsar to send you the notes. Okay, Bhumika, good, perfect, that's great. Tomorrow, guys, the morning session maybe won't there, maybe I'm saying, okay. So I will just inform you, however, or you just check once. Maybe a morning ke jagah evening ka le le, because tomorrow morning we have session at what time? At 7, maybe. So you just check once, but this is definitely going to be there. Okay, it may happen that we shift this to here, but again I'm saying it's maybe, so I'm not confirming you right now. Okay, but I will try to be there. वो हो गया, so you just check it once, or else you self study it. Okay, but yes, this is 100% going to be there. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care, see you tomorrow. Do the revision of today, whatever you are done, or do revise what you are going to do tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to start with the exempt income chapter, which will hardly take half day. We'll go to the house property, and also we will start with the salary head. Okay, so yes, stay with me. Bye bye, take care.